What's up, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Titan Sports via Zoom. I am your host, Nylene Garcia, joined by my analysts, Kyle Fulbright, Curtis Redmond, Melissa Sanchez, and Eric Valenciano. All right, now during these times, so much is uncertain and there's so much negative change in the world, but maybe college athletes could have a positive change. And the NCAA Board of Governors announced this past week that they are embracing the idea of allowing student athletes to make money from third-party endorsement deals such as social media and businesses and anything such as like athletic wear. My question to you all is, should the NCAA allow student athletes to have endorsement deals?
Yes, they should. These guys are student athletes. They go to class, they do homework, well, maybe the homework, and then they go out and make their schools millions of dollars on a nightly basis. They're out on the field, out on the court, putting their careers on the line with no compensation. So they're playing in these big games that get millions and millions of viewers, just like the pros do. So why shouldn't they receive any compensation, put their names out there, sell their jerseys for social media, all that? The NCAA, I think, realized, well, they've been realizing for a long time, but finally with all these high school recruits going pro and not going to college, so they're going to the G League, taking that $500,000, or going overseas like LaMelo Ball did, going to Australia for 1 year and making the money. And it's giving them the same experience college could, and they're getting compensation for it. So they need to pay these athletes one way or another, or guys are going to keep doing that, skipping college, going straight to the pros.
No, yeah, I completely agree with you. I was on the fence about this one actually because, like you said, they are student athletes. So when going to college, they sign up to be students first and athletes second. But yeah, I completely agree with you. They are putting their careers on the line by, going to school and stressing out. But, now I can clearly see that they do deserve compensation for, putting their heart and soul into not only school, but their basketball careers or baseball careers, whatever the case may be in the NCAA. So, and also for many student athletes, this may be the only opportunity to get compensation for playing sports because, let's be real, many don't make it into the majors. So this would be a great opportunity for them to gain some endorsement or, like you said, put their name out there.
No, yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I mean, they bring in so much money to the school, like Kyle said. They bring in millions, and then also they bring in so many viewers to different TV stations. I just think that what they do for the schools and just like the whole NCAA as a whole, they bring in too much to not kind of earn any of that back. And like pretty much what they do, I feel like it's like a job because like students have jobs, and I feel like student athletes, they can't really have a job because they put so much time into their sport, probably even more than like a full-time job. So I think just what they do, they work out all the time. They constantly like overlooking film and everything. All that time they put in, all the effort they put in, they deserve to get at least something back other than just a scholarship, but they deserve to get like their own money, their own endorsements, things like that.
Yeah, I agree with all of you guys. And to expand on some of the points that you guys have made, look, if I'm in college right now and I can start a business and I can market myself and I can make money off of my name now, why shouldn't a student athlete be able to? And this is not just going to help out the 5-star recruits or the big guys that have been highly recruited outside of or out of high school. Other athletes are going to benefit from this because they're constantly going to be on television. Now, if somebody invents something or they, may open up a business or something like that, their name and their likeness is going to help be elevated by being put on TV. There's no reason why I can't have the same freedoms in that regard that student athletes can. Now, it's important to note that nothing's in effect yet. They're not even going to vote on this until 2020, they're not going to vote on this until 2021. So student athletes right now don't really have much to look forward to, but this is definitely trending in the right direction. And hopefully the NCAA and everybody else votes in favor of the student athletes. Look, the NCAA, they claim that they're amateur, okay? But what other amateur sport out there is a billion-dollar industry? I'll give you guys all a hint. There isn't any. Okay, so the NCAA essentially is a professional sports league, and I wouldn't be surprised if the NCAA becomes a professional sports league in the near future.
Pay them.
Yeah, and I think it's a no-brainer that they should get paid, especially because they are college students at the end of the day, and we all know how tough it can be financially. So I definitely think that they should get paid, especially because they don't have time to be dedicating to a part-time job. Okay, now over to some basketball. According to a CNBC report, NBA owners and executives are pushing for the cancellation of the 2019 to 2020 NBA season. But LeBron James, he definitely isn't ready to give up, and he tweeted on April 30th, "Saw some reports about execs and agents wanting to cancel season. That's absolutely not true. Nobody I know saying anything like that. As soon as it's safe, we would like to finish our season. I'm ready and our team is ready. Nobody should be canceling anything." And what are your guys' thoughts on the NBA season possibly being canceled?
Look, bouncing off of what LeBron says, I totally believe that there really isn't a resounding effort put into possibly canceling the season. I think that everybody's on board. I'm definitely with that I'm in on with that as a fan. The way that I look at it, not until the fat lady sings. The effort is there. It absolutely should be there to start a season. And I don't think they should cancel a season unless the postponement goes into late in the year. Of course, everything's dependent on this virus. Everything's dependent on everything falling into place as far as flattening the curve. But I think the NBA should make every single effort. The season typically starts up in October. So I could see them moving the following season to December. Of course, they're going to need at least a month to have a heightened off season. But I think that there's a lot to be done, and that can be done. Look, we could have a shortened regular season to end the year. There could be an NCAA-style tournament to determine who gets into the playoffs and their playoff spots. That way, we can move forward to actually crowning a championship. And I think at this point, you have to seriously consider those things. But regardless, we want basketball back, and fans are going to take what they can get.
No, yeah, Eric, I like that idea about the NCAA style kind of tournament to get into the playoffs, because me as well, I don't think they should cancel the season altogether. I mean, obviously they can't just jump right into the playoffs right when they resume, but if they do that, it's also a good warm up. Maybe have a week before, kind of warm up, practice again, play a few games. But definitely the season should not be canceled. If that happens, it's just kind of think about all the players that are going to retire. I don't think they don't want to end their careers like this. It's a shortened season like this. So I believe that it should not be canceled. It's just not good for sports fans, not good for the sport. And honestly, the whole NBA kind of goes off of LeBron James. And so if he doesn't want to, I don't think they're going to.
No, yeah, 100%. I agree with the both of you. Any sports season can't abruptly come to a stop. And, with every sports season, there's a beginning and there's an end. There has to be a winner sometimes. There has to be a champion that gets crowned champion at some point, whether it's a full season or whether it's a season that ends shortly. And unfortunately, in the circumstance that we're in, that's what we're looking at. So in any sports season that starts and kind of drifts, we kind of have to find a way to make it work. And I think, Eric said, they're doing anything that they possibly can to get the ball rolling, to get us back, to get basketball players and coaching staff back into the court so we can get this rolling. For example, I know that basketball players are able to get into the practice facilities, hopefully starting this Friday. Of course, with restrictions, but they are trying to get things moving, like you guys said, to get the some sports in for the fans and those players that are longing to get back on that court. And also, as an avid Laker fan, the Lakers were doing super well this year, and to kind of just have this season end just like that after coming down from rebuilding stages is not something I'm looking forward to, not something that I'd like. So I feel like not just the Lakers, but all players in the NBA are going to just put their heart and soul out on the court more than ever before. And what great gift would this be if the Lakers brought back a championship to Los Angeles, to the former Laker, late Kobe Bryant. And I'm going to end it at that.
Yeah, and I think LeBron will agree with you too, because LeBron realizes he's a businessman, he's a smart man, that this is his best chance to win, and it has been his best chance for a couple years now. Who Anthony Davis is supposed to return, but who knows if he's going to return? He is a free agent, so the NBA will wait it out until they can't no more. Obviously, the health and safety of all the players is the number one priority, but LeBron and everyone else knows that they want to play a season, and the Lakers, this might be their best chance to win. Not only for the players, but the fans want NBA action. They want sports. 55 million people are sat there on their couches and watched Roger Goodell eat M&Ms and announce picks from his basement for a weekend. So getting live sports back would be great for everybody involved, and it's kind of something that we need. We're watching everything on TV right now. And for their options, they've mentioned neutral sites and all this kind of stuff. Maybe the best option, quarantining the players in Vegas, or I've seen Disney World too as an option. But it's just, if the players are willing to do that, are they willing to relocate, quarantine from their families, and finish out the season there? It'll be interesting to see, and only time will tell.
Okay, so not only the NBA is trying to keep their season alive, but we also have the MLB. They're hoping to get their season started. According to CBS and USA Today, the MLB is discussing a plan to have the 2020 baseball season start late May, early June. Now, the plan would include 10 teams in 3 divisions that would play games in Arizona, Florida, and Texas in empty stadiums. Do you guys think that if we were to have the 2020 MLB season, do you like this idea of having 10 teams in 3 divisions?
No, yeah, I do believe that we are going to have a season just like the NBA. It is going to be a lot shorter. It's going to probably be a little bit more fast-paced than normal. I've seen doubleheaders, more doubleheaders in a normal season that are a possibility. So I definitely do think that we'll have a season, and in the safest and healthiest way possible, not just for the players but the fans as well. And as for the 3 divisions, I mean, I don't mind it. It's not ideal, but whatever gets the ball rolling and gets the players back on that ballpark will make me and any baseball fan happy at this point. And a little saying, like, for me, no baseball season this year is like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich without the jelly. It's just a peanut butter sandwich. It just doesn't make sense to not have baseball in the year, you know? So having a baseball season, I think, will bring more positivity into the world that we need right now. And plus, being a Dodgers fan, having the Dodgers and the Astros in the same division is kind of like a dream come true. Getting the Astros back in a rematch after that cheating scandal would be just the cherry on top.
Yeah, I agree. There's going to be a season. Where, when, how, no one really knows right now. The MLB and the owners are putting together countless plans, and honestly, the best of the worst plans is going to get chosen. So this 10-team division thing right now is the best plan. They've come out every week. There's a new plan. There's reports about it, putting all in Arizona. Then it was Arizona, Florida. Now Arizona, Texas, Florida. Now this plan actually has teams at their home sites, which could be the best, playing at their home sites and reducing travel by playing teams in your state on the same coastline as you. And next year, if they do realign, obviously people are going to say, is winning a title that season tarnished because you're playing in a shortened season, different divisions? And I don't think so. I think 2 reasons why. First off, the Astros, they cheated. They won a World Series. That they still have the title. That's not tarnished. And second, you're winning a title through all of this. You're winning a title in the middle of a worldwide pandemic, and you got to cut off spring training, a weird season with less games, different divisions. So I think winning a title this season would mean more than any other title ever won, and it should be known to everybody that they won a title in 2020 when all this happened.
I'm with you on that 100%. I think that anybody who says a shortened season kind of hurts on the I guess integrity is not the word, but hurts on the beauty of winning a championship. I think that's a very poor statement to make. Reason being, everybody's on a level playing field. Everybody's going to be playing the same amount of time. Everybody's going to get the same amount of spring training. I know they're talking about, as you guys mentioned, June, late May, early June being a spring training 2.0. And then hopefully by late June, early July, we're going to be back in the swing of things. But one thing that I do take away from Commissioner Robert Manfred is he spoke on Fox Business just a couple of days ago. And of course, his mindset is set on having the season just like everybody else in baseball. But what's positive is that he did confirm that they do have several ideas in place on how to continue the season, whether that be to play in home ballparks. It's looking like that's going to be the most that looks like that's going to be the biggest possible, or the most likely possibility, I should say, is actually playing in home ballparks. But of course, as you guys know, the cities get to determine whether or not a game actually gets played. They could ban a game from being played in their city, and they'd have to look for an alternate site to actually host games. So if that were to happen in hard-hit areas like San Francisco, Los Angeles, or New York, I think it makes a lot of sense to actually have those 3 divisions in Arizona, Texas, and Florida. But regardless, I think more so than any other sports league, with the exception of the NFL and golf, the most likely to actually happen and take place is going to be Major League Baseball. Now, as for the division scenario, look, I love it. The Dodgers getting to play the Astros for a division title, what's not to love?
Yeah, it's as you guys all said. I mean, I feel like what Eric said. I feel like baseball of any other sport is the easiest maybe to come back, other than golf, just because I feel like it's played at the most like distance level. Like there's not as much contact as there is in basketball or football. So I feel like it'll be easier for the MLB to come back. And then, like I think as any fan would say, as long as there's a season, I'd be happy, and I'm sure everybody else would too. But yeah, those new divisions, I wouldn't have a problem with them, because I just feel like it'd be a lot of fun, like with those big divisions. The Dodgers could play the Astros one day, the Giants another day, the Angels the next day. Like three big rivals for the Dodgers, just 3 intense games. I feel like even if there's double headers, I've heard talk about like 7-inning double headers, and even if that would happen, I feel like a lot of strategies would be changed and there'd be a big difference in games, but it'd still be fun to watch.
Well, folks, that's all we have time for today. Thanks for tuning in for today's episode. You can watch our past episodes and game highlight packages on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at CSUF Titan Sports, and like us on Facebook to stay connected with us. On behalf of everyone here and all of us at Titan Sports, I'm Nylene Garcia. Remember to keep those tusks up and stay safe. We'll see you guys next time.